All right, howdy folks, welcome back. So here we are, June 29th of 2022, and we got the loop playing here. You can see we've had one blast right here and a second one coming off over here. We'll let the loop play a couple of times because there's more going on in there than meets the eye. So let it go for a second, and we'll go over to another satellite too and take another angle at this too. So here, I'm going to pause it here and we'll start going through it frame by frame. So here we are at this initial blast right here. We'll back up just a little bit as it starts to emerge from behind the occulter. You can see our instruments reacting to it. And then as it proceeds out, you can see over on this side, it's got quite a ball of plasma collected with it right here. And it's still nice and hot and still bright and on fire right now as it's emerging from behind the occulter. And then as we proceed through here, you'll see there's like a little dark shadow in this thing. There's some kind of object hiding inside of this. And over here, barely make it out. There's a little one right there, but I think our main object is in there, right in this core here somewhere. And then it proceeds out, and then here comes our second one, and here's our instrument reacting to it again as it starts to emerge. Comes out, and let's see. You can make out there's a little core right here surrounded by this magnetic field here as it emerges. And we'll get a nice frame right about there's a good one. Let's pull the magnifier over for a minute and see if we can magnify this. Okay. Yeah, now it's picking it up. Here's this nice round spherical shape right here. It's making a dent right here in this shock wave. The instrument is reacting to this object right here, this dent in the shock wave that this object is causing right here. Then, so pull back. Okay, now you know where we're looking at, this round spheroid object. And I'm going to back it up a little bit, and I want you to watch it kind of go backwards, and you can see the development of this CME caused by this object coming out. And let's see if maybe we can go over to the red side over here and zoom in on this. Oops. Okay, it's right here. This object is right here, and it's got a little plasma built up in front of it right here. But here's our round object. It's not as easy to see here in this red side, but it did detect it over here, so I had to show you that a little bit. We'll zoom back out. Go back to our normal thing here. And then it proceeds and comes out right here. You can see it nice and clearly, and then that was the last frame. Well, let's go over to stereo A real quick of this event. And you can see here's our first event down below and the second one coming off here to the side. And I'm going to pause this and go through it frame by frame too a little bit. So let's pause it right here at this first blast as it's coming out down here. Over on this side, you can make out our object a little bit better. It's embedded in all this plasma, but it's right here in this little core. And then as we go next, you can see it nice and clear now. It's right there. Then, as it moves out of frame, here comes our second event. And this creates quite the signature on the camera here. I think you guys can see what I mean, this black donut effect here. And we'll zoom in on this, because now the instrument is actually painting what's going on here. It's actually painting this object right here. This instrumentation is shadowing the bright part, and the dark part shows up as white. And here is our little core right there. And then over on the red side, it captured quite an interesting image as well. Let's see if it'll pull it over for me. Let me try this, just another try here. There we go, now it pulls it over. Okay, I don't know if my camera's going to capture this as well, but there's a nice little core right here with a glowing white side and a little half glowing back side of it right there. And I'm going to leave the link to this instrument on this video, so you guys can come over here and check this as well, because some of these images don't come out as well as I want you guys to see here. So then I'll put that away now. So here the other satellite, Stereo A, has captured this thing again from a different angle, the second object from a different angle. Nice clear cut, cookie cutter images too of it. So those are the last little images of it. Yeah, now you can see it over here on the red side a little bit better, I think. Let's go zoom in on this a little bit better, because I think it's starting to capture it a little bit. Yeah, this little donut effect right here, you can see our core right here bathed in all this plasma. It's built up in front of it, and then it's a little darker on the back side right there. Move my hand out of the way. So yeah, that's the pretty clear image that both of these satellites have captured of this little object here. And you know, I believe that we have more than one, because we're capturing two and multiple events at a time. Lately the sun's been quiet, and that's why I've been kind of quiet, because there's not been too much to report on. But this today going on, we have a double blast here with two different objects, so I had to report on that. And then let's go back here to the 27th, because we had some strange activity here on the 27th. Let me straighten my camera back out a little bit as that loads up. Yeah, just give it a second while it loads up all the frames right there. See this V-shape, black V-shape? Usually that's caused by a magnetic field crossing or something, but there seems to be some kind of object hiding in it. Now, a lot of this activity is moving so slow that it's hard to see. So you can go down here and speed it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this video up a little bit. I don't know how well my camera is going to capture it, but then you'll be able to see right here at the very beginning, right here, this round object, something right here, and the sun is spitting out all this stuff at it, and it's streaking over it. Yeah, it's picking it up a little bit. And then after this object leaves, this V-shaped thing, it appears to be almost the bow of some kind of triangular ship, because usually they just dissipate. It just looks odd. It doesn't look like a normal bow shock that I've seen right there. There seems to be some kind of object hiding in it. And hopefully over on this red side, you can see the shadow. You can see there's a dark shadow when this object goes out. So this triangle object leaves a darker shadow in there. Yeah, hopefully the camera's picking that up. And like I said, I'm going to leave a link to this so you can come over here and mess around with it a little bit. Make it go faster, make it go slower. You can freeze frame it and go one frame at a time. And then there is also another effect going on. I might have to speed it up back to where we were. There seems to be some little craft over here making a wake, and then it's going up. Let's see, right here. When it comes out again, it's right here, and it creeps up. You'll see this change of flow. See how the flow's going out a different angle? There's something there disrupting it, and that's its wake. I'll move my hand out of the way there. Oh, I know. Let's zoom in on it real quick while we can, if we can, while it's moving. Okay, when it comes out, this right here, there seems to be some kind of object, and then it leaves, it goes out, boom, and blows out of there. But right here, this little wake coming out right there, there seems to be some kind of object there, diverting the wake in a different direction as it backs out or emerges and goes on out like that. So there's a lot going on in this one. And it's like I said, I'm going to leave the link to this, so come over to this and check it out. Go to the date. You can go to the, here's the date for the regular satellite. Here's the dates for stereo A down below here. Just see if the stereo A caught anything on the 27th. Nah, nothing too major, but there was that event here that we were just looking at. Some kind of weird object moving out up here, and the sun is spitting out all this stuff really fast. Here, let me speed it up again. Watch this first object coming out right here. It's cloaked in a bunch of material, but you can tell by the flow of this stuff spitting out and going over it. Let's see, maybe zoom in on this again. Look how this material just jets out super fast because it's hitting this object that's moving out right there. Again, it's right here as it's moving out. And you can see it's going a different speed than all this other stuff jetting out and going around it. And that's usually a clear sign that there's an object in there. A lot of these times it's bathed in so much plasma that we can't get a clear shot of it, but you can sure tell by the flow and the way that this is going that there's something in there. And then there's this weird triangle type craft at the end here. And let me zoom back out so I can freeze frame it. Just zoom in a little bit here. This V shape, and then as it leaves, it has a round teardrop type back to it. And it's all cookie cutter, and it doesn't change shape. It just looks odd. It doesn't look like a normal CME. We can put this back into motion here. So it looks like there's two things. This first thing that pops out, and then some kind of ship right behind it. And it's weird. It has almost like a, it reminds me of the Ouija board little maneuver, little, whatever it's called, the little thing you put your hands on for the Ouija board. And let me see if I can pause it just right here, because I see a round little, there appears to be some kind of little round object right here in the middle of it. Let me go another frame here. Oops. Can I just go one more frame? And we'll go back up. And it still appears right there. Let's try one more frame. Hang on just a second. I also have to zoom back out. Yeah, you can make it out. There's a little round object, almost like the little window in the Ouija board maneuvering thing. So let's go one more frame here. Come on. And you can kind of see there's a round black spherical shape in the middle of this. And that's what makes me think that this is some kind of craft or something, unless it's one of these objects and it has a V-shaped bow shock to it. And that's possibly what it's doing too, but it has a round teardrop back to it, and it keeps its shape throughout the whole thing, and it looks odd to me. It looks kind of like a ship, but now I'm going to back out of this, and we'll put it back into motion here. And then you can see we have this. It looks like there's a craft there. It's just odd. anyways, that's the activity on the sun for the last couple of days here. Like I said, the sun's been taking a little break and been chill for a little while. But this latest activity here, and there was something else. It looks like something pops out here and goes to circle back in. Let's slow this down again. There's one last thing in here I wanted to point out. As this little thing comes out, well, let's see, coming out right there, and then it tries to circle back and go back in. So coming right about here. Yeah, let me go a little bit faster. Yeah, it kind of comes out and then swoops and goes and parks right about there or something. All kinds of strange activity going on around our sun. This is not normal anymore. This is all crazy. This flow that's continuing to go inward too, on all these different sides. We're having weird shaped eruptions. This little crap that looks like it's hanging out over here, leaving a wake as it moves up and moves out. Just strange activity going on our sun. Okay, that's it for, well, maybe we'll go try one other thing here real quick. I was over at Marfoogle, and I know a couple of you guys from Marfoogle are here, possibly. And I wanted to show you guys something on this channel there. I'm going to go over to my channel real quick here. And go to this, and we'll scroll on down. I was going to show them, I was talking about some activity in the clouds that I've been capturing, and something I just kind of wanted to show you guys here. And if any of you guys are new and you want a little tour around my channel, I'll help you, I'll send you links and stuff, and then we can get you caught up and up to speed as to what's going on here. So I'm going to play this little video here. These faces that I've been showing you in the last few videos that are in the etherical or in that mosaic that I was talking about are not only taking place there, but now they're taking shape in our clouds. And with this new filter, I was able to go through some of these pictures, and it really makes them pop now. So you can't see it yet. There's an eye here, an eye here. Here's the nose, a mouth down below. Here's an ear coming back up, the jaw running down, little pointed chin. And this face seems to almost be bisected. One half is like a goblin, and this other half looks like almost like a Wolverine or a Ewok type character. So I'll let you look at that for a minute. And this was pretty faint in the original picture, but now with the filter, it really makes it pop. So hopefully you guys can see that now. And then I'm going to bring you some more. And just real quick here, I wanted to show you the unfiltered version. This is the original right here compared to this one right here, where you can make out a lot better. Okay, one more, and this one right here, you can make out we have an eye here and an eye right here. Here's the nose, and here's some lips, and it looks like he's blowing. You can make out his ear over here, horns and stuff coming up, his eyebrows. There we go. Now you can see a little bit better. An eye, the nose, the lips. Okay, so I wanted to show you that one with the filter, so you can see it turned out pretty good too. So, well, all right, just kind of curious, how many of you guys could see that face? If you see that face, just type a 1 in the comment box, or leave a comment on this video or whatever. And I have a lot more of this stuff on my channel. These faces are popping out of the clouds, you guys. There's biblical scenes going on in the skies as well. And I saw somebody ask if this has anything to do with Nibiru and stuff. Well, it does. It's a part of this. It's part of the backstory of all this stuff. And in fact, you know what? Let's go back real quick while we're still here. And I got a couple of you here. Yeah, wow, clear as day. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's real faces in the clouds, you guys. This is not a joke. This is real stuff I'm capturing. I got thousands and thousands of photos, and I haven't even had time to put it all up here. But I got all kinds of different videos of this stuff. But I was gonna go back to where this all started for me, because when this started happening to me is a little. It's kind of important because it marks the beginning of this cycle.
Welcome back, folks. First off, I'd like to say thank you to a fellow YouTuber who showed me how to use this instrument so I could go back into the archives.
Okay, I'm going to fast forward through this real quick because I want to get right to
Here's our object.
Okay.
It's right here.
All right, there we go. So, this happened on September 10th of 2017. That's 2 weeks before the Revelation 12 star alignment in the sky. Now, that was an actual event that was predicted in the Bible that actually took place. And we were able to figure out the date because of a program called Stellarium, where you can line up the stars and it'll give you a date, or you can put in a date and it will give you the star configuration. And they discovered that this star alignment happened on September 23rd of 2017. Well, here's September 10th of 2017, 13 days before. And in the prophecy, it says the dragon appeared before the woman. Well, everybody thinks it appeared in front of the woman. Well, it appeared before, 13 days before. This right here is a sign from God. It tells you there will be another sign in the heaven. A great dragon will appear before the woman to devour the child, right? So here it is. And this round black object is being draped by solar material, painting this round black object. And it has a wing pointing back this way, and one that's hard to see on this side, but it's I don't think let's try it. Here we go. Yeah, it's working. All right, I'm talking about this little wing curling back this direction, and there's one faintly curling back on this side too. The fabled winged planet Nibiru, right here, captured on September 10th of 2017. 13 days before the Revelation 12 sign. And there's more. That's not all. This object right here has brought CME material all the way out here, and it's draping around in front of it here. It's surrounding it like this, around the sides and everything. And then these wings of plasma are pointing back to another object that's back behind this. And as I pull back, I want you to see this round black object. These objects are black. They're so dense that they absorb light. They can't reflect light, so they're almost impossible to see. The only way you can see these objects is when they go by the sun, and the sun reaches out with plasma and drapes over this invisible object like a tablecloth over an invisible table. It paints the contour and shows you what's underneath. Well, there's the round object right there. Now, I'm going to back out of this, and we're going to go just a little bit further in this video.
This looks like Nibiru. It's got a wing coming off on this side and a wing coming off on that side. And that's not all, because behind that is this big object right here. This is what's causing our flares. Here's a conduit of plasma that is sucking off of our sun, going into this planet. Here's a damage ring or an impact zone on this planet right here. You can see Nibiru sticking out in front of it here.
All right, can you guys see this object that I'm talking about? It's round, it's big, it's back here. If I zoom in on this, what the telltale sign is this conduit of plasma that's coming out right here. This streak right here, it's almost cone shaped. It's gathering material from the top of the sun to the bottom of the sun. This white circle represents the size of the sun and the sun's position. The black circle is an occulter to keep it from blinding the camera. It's pulling material off the sun in a V-shaped vortex going into this big object right here. It hits it right here. There's a round damage ring or like an impact zone on the surface of this object right here. And then you can see Nibiru that's out in front of it right here. Now this is the sign. This is the dragon. This is what was foretold in the Bible. Okay, and all this stuff started happening to me on September 10th of 2017 when God showed me the sign. He said everybody saw the woman, but nobody saw the dragon. So he showed me this so I could show you guys. And we got a serious player in our neighborhood, because look at the size of this thing right here compared to the size of our sun. It's bigger than our sun. It can overpower our sun and do stuff to us, override the sun's capacity to protect us. You know what I'm saying? So this is huge. This is the dragon. And there was somebody in the chat that was asking about it, and I had to show you this because it all started for me here on this date. And then as I went through, I didn't even know how to use this instrument. God showed me this image, and I had to find out how to get to the instrument and use it so I could get back through the archives and find this image again. And then let's go back one more time to the image right before it, because wow, yeah, I know. Wow, huh? Pretty cool. I discovered this. NASA doesn't even know what's going on. They discovered this. It was on their satellites, and they didn't even see it. Everybody missed this. Everybody missed it, except God showed it to me and then made me show the people. So I did a video of this. So
Wing coming off on that side.
boom.
That's not all, because behind that
It's
is this big object right here. This is what's causing our flares.
now these objects are not behaving like normal celestial objects do. They're behaving in a way that, let's just say, science cannot describe. So they have no idea what's going on, where it is. Some people think they have it on a trajectory. They think they know where it might be, but it's around, and it keeps making passes by the sun, and it's collected other of these stellar cores. A lot of the times when a star collapses and dies, its iron core, it'll collapse all that material down to a really super dense iron core that is so dense and heavy that a teaspoon of it would weigh more than our entire planet. So imagine if you took our planet and squeezed it down into the size of a BB, how dense and how packed with matter that would be. And that's what these stellar cores are. And it appears this stellar core right here looks to be pretty big. It's possibly the core of our binary star, because most solar systems have a binary and they can't see our binary twin. Well, it's probably because it's burned out, it's reduced down to a core, and when it comes by the sun, it latches onto the sun and rips plasma off of the sun to recharge this thing. This thing's like super depleted. So any kind of light that gets around it, it absorbs it. The only reason why you're seeing it right now is because this light's hitting it, it's absorbing, but it's also draping over it and arcing over it right here, painting this backside, and it's this three-dimensional ball right here with this cone going into it. This cone is a telltale sign that there is an object here. This is not just a normal CME. And if you guys have, good vision and you understand that this is a three-dimensional image, remember this is a ball. So is the sun. They're spheroids. So when this stuff splashes onto it like lava splashing onto a ball, it goes and drapes over the top and stuff. So figured I'd bring that to you, show that stuff to you guys, and just let you know there's activity going on in our clouds. There's all sorts of stuff going on. And if you would like a little tour through my channel, leave a comment on this video or any of my videos, and ask me, and I'll take you for a little walk and explain what's really going on and paint the bigger picture for you so you can understand what's really going on here, folks. So that's it for now. I love you all. I miss you all. And until my next, oh, God bless you all. And until my next video, bye.